Space Jam 3, Michael Jordan, FIFA, Mbappe, Pimple Patch, Big Toe, Gooch, Donald Trump, gas prices, brutal. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. We're gonna just jump right into it today. So Andrew Tate is losing respect against in the manosphere. I mean, he lost to a guy wearing pink Hello Kitty gloves, a YouTuber boxer. He's just ultimately making himself look very weak because ever since that fight, he has not coped with the loss very well.
Your friends suck. All you poor people f***ing suck. You know why rich people hate you? Because of stuff like this.
He portrays the image that these things don't bother him. Losing the fight doesn't bother him, but the way he acts is showing otherwise. He then begins going on a bunch of podcasts, doing collabs with some of the other known figures in the manosphere, like Sneeko and Clavicular, and that one guy that has a country accent. I don't know his name, but essentially making himself look like arrogant and weak with the way he's acting in some of these get-togethers. He's like trying to make himself seem cool to the younger up-and-coming members of the manosphere. It's like he's like, people are saying that he's AKA cool dad maxing.
Mogging. I'm not a looks maxer. What I am is a money maxer. So what I do is I financially mog. I go to the club, I pull up in a Pagani, everyone films it, everyone's girlfriend looks at me, I walk in because I'm so rich, or the Bugatti, or the Koenigsegg, whatever. I'm a financial mogger. I'm gonna mog Genghis Khan, financially and via kids. I'm gonna have more kids than Genghis himself.
I don't know if you're gonna.
I'm definitely gonna do it. All the models who walk for the collab, if you don't want a kid with them, I'll have a kid with them.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
That's it. There's nothing else to do now but raise an army of future moggers.
I need an army of non-English speaking children to do my guarding. He does like a stream get together with the collab guy, and he states that he has so much money that he has nothing else to do but breed.
People think that kids are expensive, but that's the psyop.
You and your friends suck. All you poor people f***ing suck. You know why rich people hate you? Because of stuff like this.
Let's see what's going on in the chat. They're saying, oh, they're talking shit. Go figure. Go fucking figure. You guys are fucking putting some bullshit in the chat, as always.
You're an idiot. Your friends are idiots. Your whole family hates you. What are you breathing for?
Where's the girls at?
Family hates you. What are you breathing for? Like, goddamn, Tate. This isn't motivational anymore. This is sounding like a lot of like you just want people to be sad because you sad or something. I don't know.
Position where women are chasing you. Then you have the ability, you have the chance to show loyalty. Then you can be loyal if you so choose. But if you have no options, you can't be loyal.
I want to be loyal.
It's so interesting how this conversation escalated. Like it totally started off as like a normal conversation, and then you're gonna see this entire conversation just convert into Andrew Tate needs to breed.
Well, I mean,
I need more children.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I want to start having a family.
So Clav is like, yeah, I want to start a family. I really want to, dig in, and just, start a life. Which I don't even know is possible because I'm pretty sure he took so much testosterone that his ball sack don't work. Like he doesn't even have any sperm anymore.
I actually hope you're serious.
I am dead serious.
I think you should have kids as soon as possible. The number one thing I regret in my life is I didn't have my first kid till I was around 30, because I had no money. But you have money, and you're gonna use it enjoying your life and spending it on a bunch of garbage, but you're not.
Ask anyone. I do not spend my money on bullshit. I don't.
It's because you're white.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have any cars. I got.
That's it. If you want to make more, just hang out with white people. Money will just start out of the damn sky.
All my cars. I don't buy stupid shit. Everything is an investment, right? We're going club. We're payroll, everything.
It's like amazing. Right as he's saying that, like I don't do that. I don't waste money. Look at his glasses. Probably like spent 5 racks on those little ding dong stupid looking glasses.
Handbags and Gucci prams and strollers and all this ridiculousness. Kids are cheap. It's the women that are expensive. If you can keep the women in line, kids are the most fantastic return on investment. I'll tell you from a man, between my brother and I, we have double-digit children. Kids are...
The ROI. The ROI on children is insane, according to my brother and I.
Are something you invest in until about the age of 8 or 9. and they only cost $20 a week of food till the age of 8 or 9. And then by the time they're that old, as long as you've been a good parent and you haven't raised little brats, they can do more work than you'd be surprised how much cleaning they can do, getting you things, keeping the house in order, taking care of stuff. In the third world, 8 and 9-year-olds are collecting water from 20 miles away. In our Western society, all these kids are just spoiled brats on iPads doing nothing. My 8 and 9-year-old cleaning my house, tidying my garden. They're doing non-stop work, and the amount of work they do largely outperforms the amount of money they cost. Right. And then when they become teenagers, they can do even more. And when they're young adults, they can take over your business for you. So you've got 6 years of investing into a person for the rest of their entire life. They owe you.
I don't know what type of logic that is. Yeah, so I raised my child and paid for them for about 6, 8 years. They owe me for the rest of their lives. Everything that they're doing, they're not going to have their own dreams. Their aspirations, what they want to do, they might as well throw that shit out the window because they're not doing it. They're taking over my business where I'm going to take 90% of the profits. I don't know what's got Andrew so hot and ready to breed as soon as he starts talking to Clav, but gotta cut that shit out. Then this war broke out in Iran. And then he is like, all right, I love Dubai because Dubai got bombed. He stepped up and he was like, yep, Mad Max Fury Tate time. We're going on Mad Max Fury Road version Tate, version Dubai.
No. Who was more crazy? Us or everyone else? Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Bro, how do they even come up with this shit? So they do that, right? And I'm like, oh, cool. They're doing like a whole like thing right now. They're like movie characters now. And then boom, and then they start going from Dubai. They never returned to Romania. They never went back to their home. They kept on going. They're just jumping from state to state. I'm like, what's going on? Like that wasn't a part of the plan. I thought they were like standing with Dubai because of the bombings, and now they're just doing whatever they want. Which is cool, they can, but why? So then I did some further research, and I remember those like criminal charges. He was locked up with his brother. He did like 10,000 push-ups and all that. He got out. You know, the case just kind of disappeared. Yeah, well, actually, the case never disappeared. He's literally running from state to state, avoiding the countries that he has cases in, actually. Matter of fact, the UK is actively putting together a plan to extract him from said countries on the other side of the world and bring him back to the UK so that he can be tried in court. But, you know, besides that, in the meantime, while that's all going on in the background, they're having an amazing time traveling the world, you know, making an army of children, having sexual relations with Koreans. And at this rate, Andrew Tate is going to have so many children that he doesn't understand because half of them speak Czechoslovakian and the other half speak in broken English. Fool's going to have a whole army of Mexican Home Depot speaking mother truckers. Speaking of the manosphere, this actually leads me into our next topic, clavicular. If you don't know who clavicular is, he's well known for many things. The looks maxing, the bone smash maxing, the drug use maxing, and also being an absolute douchebag towards all women that he encounters. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually, personally, I do find his IRL streams entertaining, specifically the streams where he's being exceptionally rude towards, you know, women. Now, if a women were amazing, awesome creatures, I'd be like, hey, Clav, stop that. That's not nice. You're being mean to those girls. But, this whole, I'm a bad bee, clock it, sister, I'm gonna do what I want attitude, I don't need a man, empowered woman thing, it's like anti-Viagra for my penis. Makes my junk softer than Patrick's stomach. So I salute him on that front. But besides that, there's a lot of other things that he is doing wrong that I don't really support. And a lot of other people don't support it as well. And we're going to talk about it. First off, he shot up an alligator. Which I know what you're thinking. Like, oh, it's just an alligator. What's the big deal here? This actually, him shooting that dead alligator sparked an immediate investigation by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, the FWC. Because discharging firearms at alligators, dead or alive, is a felony in Florida, which is exactly what he did. So now he has a case, that's one of his cases. He also has numerous other cases as well. Next up, we have the overdose. Dude went on stream doing meet and greets with his fans while his entire body was like basically shutting down. from drug use. His team was around him. Nobody seemed to be drinking. Nobody was doing any partying with him. It was just him and his friends funneling drugs, and essentially it looked like they were extorting him for like just for views and stuff. And then he starts ODing and becoming unresponsive within minutes of the stream. This all happened on stream too. He was on a little bit of that Walter White, a little bit of that double cup purple juice, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Ultimately, a lot of stimulants and a lot of downers, you know, which you're not supposed to mix, especially if you're on the spectrum, like Clav is. He's actually retarded. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, so YouTube don't come for me. He's literally on the spectrum. He's autistic. Like, literally. So, yeah. It's like 6 different things that cause his whole damn body to shut down. And this was the result.
Influencer Clavicular is doing. Last night, he was rushed to the hospital in Miami after a suspected overdose. And here's a really wild.
So as you can see, they're carrying him down the stairs right there. This right here is Clav. He's like being carried by his whole team out of the place. And this is the news.
Apparently happened during one of his live streams. They were in Brickell. This is video of the aftermath as he was being carried away for medical.
He got carried out by his team to a black SUV where I believe he was taken to a hospital. And he then posted online that like a picture of his face bleeding or whatever, saying that his face descended from the life support mask. Descending means that he didn't like that the life support mask scratched up his face and ruined his looks maxing, so he descended a little bit. Whatever dumb autistic terminology, like I don't even know. I don't know. I'm like losing brain cells even thinking about this.
Set him on his feet, and on his own accord, he enters his own vehicle.
Well, how CBS News Miami's Bree Buckley is your reporter in Brickell this morning with what we know so far.
He then hops on a stream. And he then hops on a stream inside of his house, telling his fans that he's done with all substances, and that he also told his fans that he uses the substances to cope with anxiety and help him feel neurotypical during social interactions. But he obviously knows that that's not really a solution. So he's trying to stop, you know, he's trying to cut quits with all the substances, cut them all out. But then immediately after he says that he's cutting everything out and he's done and he's like, I'm done with streaming and all that stuff, boom, immediately hops and goes and does like a get-together, a whole party at his new club that he bought for $5 million called Baccarat.
I want Burger King. I know, I want a Whopper Wednesday, Mac.
Now, I know what you're thinking. I bet you're wondering, how did somebody who's only been streaming for like a couple of months have $5 million to spare on a club? Well, thankfully I did some research into that too. This guy named Hawaii Joaquin. Prosecutors identify Joaquin as a member of the Jerusalem Group, a major Israeli crime organization. He was convicted of racketeering in 2006. He laundered nearly $2 million in embezzled funds from an Israeli bank through various business in the U.S., one of which involving them taking funds that they stole from the Israeli bank and loaning it out to people in Miami and Los Angeles. He is also known for his extreme extortion tactics, which means he can manipulate anybody to pulling money out of them for his own personal gain, while they just shrivel up into a little raisin and die. Yeah, so that was his club. Joaquin, this was his club. He's partnered up with Joaquin. And he's also, there are rumors that he is being funded also by Peter Thiel. You know, Peter Thiel, he created Facebook with Elon Musk. He did a lot of different projects. He created Palantir. He's like at the forefront of trying to lower regulations for technological advancement, just because he doesn't like rules, you know? And every single like low IQ pushing, like anti trusting experts or anti-science rhetoric is nearly always funded by Peter Thiel. It's like the same thing that Epstein did, where like they just try to make very small changes in the world that add up to making everything and everybody a little bit stupider and easier to manipulate. And Clive is only 20 years old, completely manipulatable, and extremely inebriated on multiple substances seemingly at all times of the day. I mean, the guy's been on PED since he was like 14. For all I know, his whole looks maxing ideology that he pushes can be something that he was ordered to promote by his sugar daddy masters at the top. you know, to make the youth just a little more stupider and easy to manipulate, and it's working because a lot of these people are going ahead and attempting the looks vaccine. They're smashing their faces with hammers. They're injecting their dicks with peptides now. That's just that they're taking PEDs at 12. This is not normal behavior. You don't need to do this. You're young. You got enough testosterone. You produce all that growth hormone, testosterone. You produce all that stuff naturally when you're a young adult. You know, that stuff doesn't stop until like you're in your 45, 50 years old. So like you can really just do exactly what Clav is doing, just on a good diet and hitting the gym consistently. But just people don't, they don't really think about shit. He was banned off YouTube twice. Once for promoting peptides, and the second time was because even though he got banned, he went around YouTube and just made a new account and then continued posting, which you're not allowed to do. And he also has battery fraud charges and a bunch of other stuff. You know, there's stuff going on with him passing around contracts. Only has an OnlyFan manager or whatever, an OnlyFan managing agency. And he's like giving these girls contracts for like 80-20. I get 80% and you get 20%. And it's like nobody's going to go for that. It's making him look bad. And a lot of girls are actually coming out and trying to expose him because of that. He also injected some chick in the face with like some peptides. And he also gave her the Walter White special, insinuating that he may have mixed like some stuff in with the peptides that he was injecting in her face that wasn't peptides. You feel me? Like a little bit of that Walter White. So she got an infection in her face and she's filing for damages over $100,000. She's trying it in court. So he's dealing with that as well. The list goes on. I mean, if I told you everything about this Clav guy that sketches me out, I'd be sitting here on this Clav portion of the video for a very long time. So as you can see, there's a lot of negative things and people that this looks max or clavicular is involved with. And honestly, if he keeps going down this path that he's going down, I just don't see things ending up in his favor in the future. Speaking of looks maxers, that reminds me of our next topic. Let's jump right into HULLO, the PDF. So recently, HULLO, he's a known TikToker for his looks maxing thing. Very similar to how Clav is doing it. He's a straight up pedophile, basically. His girlfriend, who was with him at the time, was suspicious that he was cheating on her. So she did what any normal person would do if they're having suspicions regarding their partner. She confronted him and asked him if he was cheating. Psych, she did not do that. That was a lie. She went around him, went through his phone, and found a CSAM, like CP, basically, and found thousands of files and downloads and conversations with people. The situation got so bad that Gideon had to get involved. Gideon was convinced that HULLO was innocent, but after his research, he then showed up at his house unannounced with some big guy. Put the camera down, was just like, yo, we're just recording just for our safety. You can't say that I harmed you. You can't say that we can't say that you harmed us. And this is just for our protection. And they just asked him straight up. Didn't like sit him down in a chair, tie him up and start waterboarding him or nothing. No scare tactics. They just pulled up on bro and just straight up asked him, yo, were you jerking off to pictures of 12-year-olds? And he baited the confession out of him.
Straight up with us. You're going to be straight up with this too. Did you make those videos of 12-year-olds? Or was your hand rubbing your time that was being
It was just, I guess my hand was on my dick like the whole time and just going through everything.
Okay, so
how is this they're just casually conversating about, I was just there doing it the whole time. I was just scrolling and my hand just floated downwards and I don't know what happened.
Was your hand going up and down? Yes. Okay. So it's fair to say that's probably not dating.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate you being honest about that, dude. I've jerked off at things that I'm not proud of either.
Two things here. Yeah, bro. I've jerked off to things I'm not proud of related to, it's all right. We've all been there. No, we haven't. We haven't all been there. Nobody's doing this. There's people doing it, but the rest of the class ain't doing it. That's just the dude in the corner of the class doing it. You know what I'm saying? And number two, if bro just admitted to doing those, having fun with him, wrestling the dragon while he is watching CP, the last thing that I'd be trying to do is going to shake brother's hand. Like, bro, I'm flabbergasted. The CP plug where he was getting his content from was discovered, and it turns out that he was bargaining with the providers, saying that he would prefer to pay $25 instead of $50, which prompted this whole meme on TikTok of the 5x5 and the $25 max meme going around. And it's honestly disgusting because, I mean, I get it. Like, I don't get it. These people on TikTok are like so brain rotted that they can't even take a situation serious. Like, this has all happened within the past 72 hours. HULLO even posted memes about this situation on his TikTok, trying to water down and like laugh off this situation and brush it away, making it seem not as serious as it is, with the 5x5 and the $25 max video. And I actually went and tried to go find the video to show you guys. Unfortunately, he took it down off his TikTok, which means that maybe he's starting to kind of starting to understand the severity of the situation a little bit. I don't know. But there is now an active investigation on HULLO. The other members of the Looks Maxing community are trying to interview him because it's like they believe that if HULLO gets caught up with this like weird stuff, then it's going to make the entire Looks Maxing community look bad as a whole. And so they're trying to interview him to get his side of the story. But I don't really understand why that's necessary when he literally confessed on camera and to the police. So yeah, it's a crazy one, guys. I'll keep you guys updated on the situation once we get that interview and once it's released. But until then, we're going to move on to the next topic. Enough with that PDF talk. One wheels. I saw this guy riding what looked like a motorcycle the other day on the internet, and he wasn't holding the handles, and they didn't seem to have a front wheel either. So he was kind of just floating down the freeway doing 100 miles an hour, and I was so confused. Like, is this AI? What is this? What's going on? Because last time when those things started coming out, they didn't go like faster than 20 miles, whatever. But this prompted me to want to do some more research and figure out, what is going on. What is this guy riding on? What sorcery is this? And this is what I found. I want one now. I don't think there's any avoiding it. I think it's just gonna happen. Like, I'm just gonna sell a couple of things and I'm gonna do a vlog of me riding one of those eventually. If you guys want to see that, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe, because I definitely want to see that. I want to show you guys that as well. So we're gonna do that. Yeah. Next topic. Now,
Donald Trump.
He did this ridiculous speech, and I want to talk about it.
Way down. Look at eggs. Eggs are down by grocery prices are way down. Used car prices are way down. Look at eggs. Eggs are down by 4, even 5 times. Remember when I took over, eggs were so high?
Okay. So first off, where the hell is he buying his groceries at? Because I want to know what store he's going to. The groceries are the most expensive I've ever seen them in my entire life. Secondly, the used car situation, I'm pretty sure the prices on those have always been down, given the fact that it's a used car. They're always going to be lower in price. So I don't know what he's trying to prove there. And then I went ahead and I checked the statistics on the price of eggs. According to the internet, the price of eggs has dropped and has gone down. But you also have to remember that Donald Trump owns the media. He's buddy with every single tech giant in the industry. He could probably just have the analytics changed to make it appear that eggs are cheap just to prove his point. Let's take a look at some of these comments. The detachment from reality is just scary. The BS meter is done or hitting the top. I work at a grocery store and this is a lie. Gas is way up. I order 4 things and boom, 140. Cut the crap, cut the BS, Trump. $70 for a full tank of gas, by the way. I'd rather have high-priced eggs than high-priced gas. I can avoid eating eggs, but I can't avoid going to work. Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, I don't know. But that's going to conclude today's video. If you guys appreciate these updates, I really enjoyed making this video. I plan on making more content like this. So if you guys want to see me on your feed more often, it helps that helps the algorithm. If you go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate you guys. And if you have any topics that you want me to look into, go ahead and put it in the comments. I will be more than happy to do extensive research and inform the public on these topics, because we got to keep the people informed. We got to work together, because if we don't work together, the people up top are just going to pull us apart, you know? I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
That's the only reason I talk to women now, for children. I don't talk to them for any other reason.
Yeah.